Hello and welcome to this day of 1628. We're inside the museum in the exhibition that is about life on board, the more peaceful side of a warship. And today's theme is Vasa in an international perspective. A few examples. Not the sense that a lot of tourists come here to see the ship, more that they come here and they say, most of them say, wow, but they also come here to see something Swedish. Vasa is so Swedish. So yes, Vasa is Swedish. It's a big part of Swedish tourism and also a big part of the curriculum. The schools learn about the ship and the 17th century, which used to be called Sweden as a great power. Så i vanliga fall står jag här med skolklass. I'm very sorry, this was supposed to be in English. Usually I'm standing here with pupils and I work as an educator and my name is Inger Elgestedt. And today I'm going to share with you some of the things I do with the pupils to make them see that Vasa is not so very Swedish as we often think. And one aspect of that is some of the things we have here, the objects. And of course, dice, I think you can focus in some. There are two small dices in the board game. And of course, either the board game or the dices are Swedish inventions. I mean, they are not from Sweden, but they are not bought from other countries either. So what I'm trying to divide and say here is that a lot of things here is inspired from other countries, of course, but they're made here in Sweden, so in that sense, Swedish. So what I'm going to talk about now is more things that we have to buy from abroad. So if we look at the pipes. Well, the pipes themselves are made of clay, so they are probably made in Sweden, yes. But the things you stuff them with is tobacco. We have tried to cultivate tobacco here and it didn't go very well. It became snuff, no good cigars. So tobacco we have to buy from North America. And it's a very new thing in the beginning of the 17th century. Some of the clay pipes on and around Vasa may be dropped later. Otherwise, it's one of the earliest pipes we have in Sweden here. So the person having that, we're having the latest, the newest thing from America. So tobacco is one of those things that really was becoming popular, and we have to buy them from abroad. And I'll give you some more examples of imported artifacts. So let's move a bit in that direction. And the object in this case are a bit luxury, you can say. This is from the admiral's and the captain's cabin. Here you don't see wood and ordinary ceramics and clay. You have a more diverse, made from silver, metal, and glass. Glass was well, expensive. But the thing you see there, the plate, if you look at it quickly, you might think it's porcelain or china, but it isn't. It's a bit too early in Swedish history to have china. We began with that almost 100 years later. So what you see there is also the latest thing to have from, in this case, Holland. So from Holland we bought faience, and that's, well, perfect for the captain's table. We didn't produce it ourselves in Sweden. And also these vessels, they can look a bit different. We have a green one on the other side here, and they are very much German, so imported from Germany. And these objects are, if you want to see them, look at details and see them up close, you can go to our website. Of course, we have good photographs and you can read more about them there. So from America, Holland, Germany, some objects. And let's now turn to the ship itself. Yes, she was built in Sweden. She was built here in Stockholm, but a lot of the carpenters, the workers, were from Holland, and maybe other countries as well. But the materials, we have the ropes, that's hemp. We have the sails, which you from here just see on the model, new ones, but the sails are in linen. And we have the ship itself, the hull, the wood, that's oak. And what you don't see from this far is all the thousands of nails which holds the ship together, and that's iron. So we have hemp, linen, oak, iron. All these 4 objects you find in Sweden. But for Vasa's account, when she was built, only one of them is produced and made in Sweden, and that's the iron bolts and nails. A great part of the wood, of the oak, yes, it's from Sweden, but also from Poland. But we couldn't really buy the oak from Poland because we were in war with Poland. So Poland sold the oak to Holland, and we bought it from Holland. Good oak, good price. And the sail, yes, we could do sails, but the French were very good at making sails, so part of our sails are from France as well. And finally the hemp. The Baltic countries, Russia, very good hemp. So we bought a lot of it from there. So it's a mix, and you can really compare to companies today, or actually what you're wearing or something, because it's, you buy things from abroad. Why? Sometimes because it's so modern, you have to have the latest. Sometimes because it's better quality than the Swedish. Sometimes because, oh, we don't have it here. And sometimes because it's cheaper. So all these 4 aspects were involved in choosing materials and equipping the ship and the men on board. So finally, Swedish history, and a lot of I laugh now because a lot of tourists come here and they say, "Hey, how can you show this? It's a big failure. Vasa sank. Aren't you ashamed?" No, we're not. And perhaps that's very much the Swedish thing about this museum. We make a museum and say, "Wow, look at the beautiful ship. well, it sank, but now